Worked up. I'm Inven. I'm in the booth with Xenocat. Xenocat, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. Excited to see what exactly this seed has in store for our runners.
Well, it looks like the big gating item we're going to care about is the Baron Key. We need any 12 key items. We need moon access, which will probably happen as a matter of course. But that Baron Key for objective number 4, the Odin Throne, will be kind of the fly in the ointment if it's well hidden.
Absolutely. Yeah, the Darkness Crystal can't be buried in too many places. I mean, you never know, we could have a very late Darkness seed, but the Baron Key can be just about anywhere except inside Baron itself.
Indeed, indeed. Shout outs, by the way, our behind the scenes crew: Firebird Lover handling the restream, Garen handling the tracking, Pain Fork, Obtain Spoon, Fort Spork from Fork and Spoon.
It's not a legendary spork, it's not an adamant spork, it's just a spork.
I mean, I cannot count the number of Taco Bell meals I ate as a teenager, and being very happy that that was their utensil of choice.
Listen, sporks are great.
But yeah, we're as for the flag set, y'all know the All Fork Cup has 3 different flag sets. This one is the Adamant Cup Experience. That means that there are Adamant armors out there, and if you find one, your team is going to love you for it. We got a Sid start, and there is Sea Heroes not in play here. You can keep him till
Hmm.
the end. You can curse him up. You can put a Dwarf Axe on him. You can leave him on the ground. Lots of options for Sid to actually be a part of your end game 4 players if you want to.
Yeah, it's there's the flexibility of not having Sea Hero on is very nice for our runners. Uh, I do believe it being the Adamant Cup experience, we are still limited to only 4 party members.
That's right.
See, I remember the Adamant Cup.
So you'll have to be a little picky and a little choosy. Uh, and it depends on who you find as well. Um, the free characters in the seed are in chests. So while you're looting, like
Ooh,
it may, we may see some different counterplay in how our runners elect to loot. Because if you have rude early bosses, finding a third or fourth character in a box can save you a lot of grief on this flag set.
oh, absolutely. Sid is pretty strong for the early game, so the impetus to find some of those extra characters is a little bit lessened, but I mean, if you find an edge in a box,
Oh yeah. One other thing about this flag set, well, 2 things. Quick mention of the key items. It is K main, Summon, and Moon, as we are very accustomed to. But it is one. There's no freebie at Edward. There's no Demus to hunt. Your item is available as soon as you get underground. It's Sid in the bed of Dwarf Castle. And the key item distribution is unweighted. Normally, there's a heavy weighting towards the K main pool. This time, if you find an early Darkness Crystal, you probably want to try to get your team online and get to that moon ASAP.
yeah, the moon bosses having the same exact weighting as those main checks makes the moon very lucrative and very, very time efficient.
Indeed, indeed. Well, we should be getting underway here pretty soon. We'll get to see who Sid is paired up with, what our starting item is. I like this is I hadn't, I've commentated a Zone anthology. The Adamant Cup experience background is truly glorious. I'm loving
I,
this one.
yes, oh my goodness. So much pink, but it does look like we are off. That is a Palom as our second character, another pretty powerful early game party member, and the hook right away.
Yeah, hook immediately if you want to go grab a third character. If you want to check some gated shops, you're welcome to. Shops are at the standard tier, so Evelyn is a notch above the rest of the blue planet. Uh, but things do cost twice as much as normal for the item shop portion, at least. So uh, let's see where our runners fly off to.
Yeah, it looks like Lord Goober is going to just land right here in Baron. Make sure we're not missing anything right in these very easy to get to chests.
Yeah, and also if you know that there is a very valuable character at the Baron Inn, this is a flag set that will frequently let you route it in a little earlier. Oh, 2 cat claws free for the taking right there. Very nice. It is a Porum guarded by an Odin. Uh, I like white mages.
I also like white mages.
Cubs, meanwhile, making this is also a T Wildish flag set, so Eblin Castle is very lucrative as long as you don't mind resetting out of the Myabs when you encounter them. But so far, I think Lord Goober has actually gotten the better of the loot with those 2 cat
Yeah,
claws.
those 2 cat claws. I mean, there's been a couple of decent J items over here in Evelyn, but I haven't seen much of anything else.
Yeah, none of the real like juicy stuff. Didn't have any Myabs in the first tower though. Are we going
Yep,
back in
so
for a
we're.
second dip?
I mean, I can't imagine why we'd be saving otherwise.
Yeah. Sometimes I like it if I get through a whole tower unscathed, just be like, that's enough. Let me come back
Yeah,
later when stronger. But again, I mean, Elven Bow and Samurai Helmet aren't what you're looking for when you're trying
no.
to sneak through this place.
We did see that Fusoya is in the Kaipo bed on Lord Goober's side, as Lord Goober is headed to the Watery Pass to get some of this higher tier loot over here, the Watery Pass being another one of the more lucrative areas.
Yeah. And
And I think that was a second section of Eblin done without a single Miab, so
I mean, you know, if you're going to the right tower, you're going to get. But I guess Cubs did not like anything he saw in the middle one. I
I
mean,
there was a ninja hat.
Ninja Hat, I mean, karate shirt's okay, but we're about to start running into these fights. And not. Oh, there we go. Okay. I
Yeah.
was going to be seeing which one is which, I suppose, before
Yeah.
making a mental note.
Don't think Sid is strong enough to take on any of these fights at this point.
The Elven Bow, I mean, yeah,
It's
it's it does give you quad
tempting,
damage.
but the Mad Ogres do punch kinda hard.
I will say that it's kind of funny that if Cubs had the glass mask that Lord Goober just pulled from Watery Pass, I think Sid
Yeah.
could pull it off.
Oh
So
yeah.
the delay by Lord Goober here may end up paying off just because of not having to spend this time doing resets and having gotten darn good loot from these more afield checks.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been Team Watery Pass, so I'm happy that it paid off in this seed.
And I'm usually Team Damsian because I don't like going to places twice if I can help it, even if it means I have to struggle my way through the early game. And it
That's
looks
why
like
Watery Pass is perfect. You don't have to go there twice.
that's true. That's true. But what's better than going there once is going there 0. And a Dragoon armor, an Elven bow for Goober, and a strength ring here. Like, seriously.
Wow.
Castle Evelyn stinks.
Yeah. Clearly, the lesson to be learned from the beginning of the seed is never go to Castle Eblin ever.
Yeah, we have a sample size of 1, and that's all I
Mm-hmm.
need for my
That's all.
monthly
That's all you
playthrough.
need,
Yeah.
as you know, as we know.
But heavily armored Sid here, ready for the early game. May not be dishing out a ton of damage with Elven Bow and what was that, poison arrows, but you're probably not going to die either.
Yeah, and we did get a second Elven Bow if we want to stick that on Palom as a stat stick, but it looks like Lord Goober's opting for the Flame Rod instead.
I mean, yeah, it's a difference of +3 versus +5, so it's not massive, and you don't have to worry about managing 2 different items. So I understand it. I respect it.
Yeah. Plus, you don't have to stick some arrows on Palom and then be like, wait, I had those arrows. I want to use those on Sid, and then Sid doesn't have them because they're on Palom.
Yeah. And finally gonna get a peek at some of the enemies in the scene. In spite of their differing loot routes, both our runners climbing East Hobs at the same time. Neither one found one of our mysterious, chest-bound characters.
Yeah.
So this will be our first sight at how we can round out our party.
It's Porum.
Ugh. It is Porum.
It's also Golbez.
It is Golbez. What's our Golbez like going on here? We do have both Shadow and Golbez spells randomized here. So
Yep.
let's see what moves we're getting this time.
Well, Goober decided to just leave that behind and head straight to Antlion Cave, which, I mean, you're gonna get a little bit more loot out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could... I don't know. I mean, you could knock down Palom in this fight if you don't care about him getting XP, and then enter the next fight, the Shadow Dragon Golbez fight, with just a Porum and Sid standing, so that you don't have to worry about the Shadow Dragon's moves, which opens with Crush. We won't see moves 2
Oh
and 3.
dear. Yeah, Crush is gonna stop moves 2 and 3 from happening.
And our tracker Garen pointing out that Porum is in Baron, so if you want one, you can get her there. But, I mean, the Odin at spot 1 there is not too bad. There are many nasty fights in that second spot that could delay you getting your White Mage. And although this is slow, it is pretty free, as Cubs is maybe illustrating here.
Okay, we got Ice 3, then Drain.
Drain's always an annoying one to see because you don't... It doesn't
do
actually
anything.
reflect,
And
yeah.
Ice 2. Golbez is an Ice Mage.
Dun 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 dun.
Look, it makes sense. He's weak to fire.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And when he paralyzes you in the later translations, it's called like paralyzing cold or binding cold or something.
Yeah.
Instead of
this.
Yeah.
In this seed, Golbez is just the more canon version of Golbez.
There you go. We're going to give us a look at a key item check here, though, taking down Mom Bomb at Antlion Cave.
I mean, that's an agility manip item.
It's agility manip. It can let you swoon enemies at Evelyn Castle if you're fighting them in hopes of adamant armor drops. And Cubs finds Kane in a chest.
There are 2 characters outmont Hobs in this seed.
Yeah, you thought you were only getting the Porum, but we've thrown in an extra Dragoon free of charge. That could be massive. We'll have to see how the next part of the seed plays out. But again, getting that 4th character like that, well, 3rd and 4th in this case, pretty huge.
Absolutely. And there is no way to get to that Kane without going through that fight unless we see Rydia show up.
Which, Lord Goober has moved the hovercraft down to Evelyn Cave. Doesn't look like we're going to be running through there to peek the character quite yet, though.
No, we want to try to see if we can get this Porum from the Baron in, which makes sense.
Oh, yeah. And the Odin fight won't be difficult with Lord Goober's Sid loadout here. Palom might die to a hit, but Sid is, okay, 32. That's fine. Well,
that's less fine.
Oh, no, he's fast.
Odin is fast, and Sid is not going to one-shot.
Yeah, but only 400 HP. There we go. And 774 and a ton of armor. And elemental resistance for the next fight.
Oh, it's just Dr. Luge.
Okay, this stack of Zeus Rages will probably be very good for Lord Goober here.
Yeah.
I think the big thing to keep in mind here is you really want to throw a Star Veil at the start of Phase 2. Because getting put to sleep will ruin your fun times here. And the Star Veil will reflect the sleep, the emission, the ray, the laser. Like, Luge, not a problem if you put that wall up.
But there's a lit bolt, and now we're asleep.
Oh yeah, and Twitch chat asking about the character in a chess mechanic. One of the major themes of the All Fort Cup is showcasing a lot of the flags that community members added to Free Enterprise after it went open source. You can find most of these on Gail Swift's generation site. Let's see if there's a flags link to it right here. There you go. That'll get you a link to the current flag set, and you can poke around and see what folks have added, how they've changed the game. Some of these have actually been added to the 5.0 alpha that you can also play on the main Free Enterprise site. But yeah, it's a fun tournament to show off all the community creations. And if there's anything that you aren't familiar with, you can just ask, or you can also check the presets on Gale Swift's site.
Oh boy. We are throwing J items at Ogopogo.
I mean, you just have to finish it before it gets, the the next batch of HP percentage damage off on.
Sure.
Better here than some other places, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Both these fights are going a little bit sideways. I do think Cubs is going to get through just fine.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord Goober gets through just fine with not a comfortable amount of hit points.
That had me so worried, and that spirit would be really good if we had a cane from Mount Hobs. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no.
Also, is Cubs gonna get through?
Oh no. Oh no.
This spell needs to go off before. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is a 50%er. This isn't the 25%er.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'm trying to heal up rather than just go for the kill. The Cure 2's coming out means that the next wave will be survivable. Well, okay, it's still survivable.
Kane is trying his best.
That puts him below the 25% threshold, though.
Yeah, and there's another wave, and it's Porum.
Yeah, Palom's vitality is not quite high enough to survive a wave without also getting a heal.
Oh dear.
Well, there's the reset. Okay.
Yep.
We'll give that a round 2 in a moment. Meanwhile, Lord Goober has taken the hovercraft over to Evelyn Cave. I like this play. I personally like knowing who this character is very quickly, even though it may result in you having to run through here a couple times. There is decent loot in here, and an amazing shop. Holy crap.
I mean, the exits are right here. You gotta check the character.
Yeah, hourglasses, Bacchus wine, and exits, all very handy dandy things. Shop's a little lackluster, but
Yeah.
I mean, pardon me, the weapon and armor, a little lackluster, but all right, round 2 with the Nope Rope. And another character in a chest. I don't know who Lord
I don't
Goober
know
has
who
named
Runner is, but
Runner. Oh, it might be Edward.
oh
Who runs
dear.
away? I guess we'll see in a moment. Because we will, that is 4 characters for Lord Goober. It
That
is
is an
Edward.
Edward.
Okay. I was going to say, we'll see the character choice screen because of the 4-party limit when we get up here to the cutscene. And definitely dodging the Stellman chest, just looting this place with the greatest of ease.
Yeah. And well, that's a Sid again.
Yeah, it's nice to see a purple robe here, though, at the Ruby spot. Usually, neither Mylon nor Mylon Z are too threatening down here, especially if we have hourglasses for sale to neutralize the ghasts. So, second fight down here won't be difficult. So, how much more above ground do you want to do?
I'd be willing to at least give Fabul a peek. This party's not pulling me up ordeals, though, particularly.
Yeah, another thing, chat, for those of you who are unfamiliar, Cecil starts as a paladin as one of the flags on this one. So you're not going up ordeals for him. If you're going up ordeals, it is to buff Tella, to hope for a good key item, or I guess if you have a Fu, you can get some spells that way.
Yeah, we did get an Adamant Rock out of Fabula, which is, I mean, that's nice. It's a key item.
Yeah. The forge on this one is the Alt Forge, which it's a random tier 7 or 8 item. But there's no guarantee it'll be usable by your team, but it is tier 7 or tier 8.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, this team doesn't quite have anyone who loves anything from it. I guess a white shirt for Aurora
Uh,
would be
the
pretty sweet.
Avenger.
Oh, I'm right. Cubs has a cane. Sorry.
Cubs would love that. Cubs has a cane.
Yes.
Cubs could use the Avenger.
I was over here looking at Lord Goober's side, and I'm like, no one on this team would be really thrilled about it anyway. So he's not really missing out by not doing the bull yet.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you want Artemis arrows, but not that badly.
So Cubs has a much fuller and healthier team for this Dr. Luque fight. He did lose quite a bit of time taking that wipe to Ogopogo. Let's see if he can make up some of it here fighting the Doctor.
Yeah, Kane at least has some levels at this point.
And Lord Goober shows us Asura at the King-Queen spot.
We do have Elven Bows.
Yeah, and I think Lord Goober has at least one rune ring kicking around as well. So we have quadruple damage, we have some resist, and we have lifelock strats as long as enough people stay standing. But she is going to be punching hard here. Oh, and the speed is off too.
Yes, this is a very speedy spot.
Yeah, so looking like we're going to go double Starveil strat to get her to start bouncing the magic back.
Yeah, that is the nice thing about Asura is she does give you that time to set up whatever you want to do, but she will also punch you into oblivion here.
Yeah. Now, I will note that, yeah, with Kane on the team for... Wait. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong side. With Kane on the team here, I think I am very tempted, if I'm Cubs, to, especially when I see the hourglasses in Eblin, buy a stack, pop back out, and actually clean up the castle, both for XP that you're not getting because you're skipping ordeals, and for the chance of landing some of the big high-tier Kane weaponry.
Yeah.
Gungnir's nice, but it's no Defender Sword, it's no Avenger, it's no Dragoon Lance, it's no White Spear, it's none of these things. So.
None of those things. Yes, we would much rather have any of those things.
But there's the good intermediate news for Cubs' power level.
Yeah.
Gungnir, it's fine. It's fine.
It's certainly better than a Flame Spear.
Oh yeah, and Jay Brown in chat is pointing out that this is a very aggressive hook play by Lord Goober here. With the,
I mean, listen, we did 2 key item checks on the overworld, and they both came up blank. It's time to go to the underground, because clearly if we know we've checked 2 of the overworld checks, clearly the other 2 are just going to have nothing.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Now, I am hoping, like, again, we're at the 19-minute mark. I really want to see a safety save before we take on this Mylon, just in case things go awry. And did buy 1 hourglass. That'll make this Mad Ogre fight a lot safer. And we'll probably see the rest of the team picked up for the sake of getting XP on the children.
Yeah, this looked a little scary, but it's fine. We're fine. Oh, Cubs has not done Antlion yet, so he's going to be headed down there for the Assassin Dagger.
Which, again, with those hourglasses, very potent way of taking out the Elbin Castle Myabs if you want to.
And, I mean, Kane can use it.
Yeah, if you need to adjust your agility.
Lord Goober would be stuck with trying to get it with Palin.
Yeah. Yeah, we know there's a purple robe.
Elements would show up as a Rubicon sprite. So we know it's not the elements as a whole at the Ruby spot, but we know it has to be either Mylon or the Mylon Z fight.
I do like Lord Goober's very angry children taking minor swats at the Mad Ogres.
Oh no.
Ran out of arrows equipped on that middle Sid, but I think we've got stacks of them in here.
We should have more. Yes, we've got. We don't care about ice arrows. Those can go away.
Yeah. I mean, they can be nice for the. I mean, Elven Bow Ice Arrow does give you octuple damage versus the ruby part of the elements fight. But
Yeah.
you're right, we don't actually care about them. Murasame, pretty good steal, but we have no edge to wield it. And let me double check. There is no limit to the amount of characters in the seed, so there is an edge somewhere in the game. Somewhere.
He exists.
Yeah. There's no C maybe. There's no C distinct going on here.
Yeah. The question is he going to show up at a regular character spot, or is he buried in a box somewhere?
I think the flag says that 3 characters are moved to chess.
Okay.
So I think it's only like your 5 or 6 early game freebies, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it has the restriction taken off that would let Edge be at any of those. No, my bad.
Oh?
The restricted characters on this flag set are Cecil and Fu by specification. So Edge could indeed be in a box somewhere. My bad.
Wonderful. My vote is he's in the one box in Agert. The one little patch of grass.
That'd be fun. He's just taking a nap.
He's just hanging out. He's just hanging out in Agert.
Yeah, island vacation
on a hook seed. Because why not?
The Cubs here about to see those hourglasses, and I'm wondering if he takes if he bites with them.
Looks like we're selling some things.
Yeah. It's like, ooh, those have been here?
Yep. And Lord Goober has lost most of his party, but now it is Earthhammer Sid versus Mylon Z.
I mean, Sid only taking 1 damage a pop here. I think Sid wins. So Goober is definitely going to be the first one underground, in my estimation. But the question is, how much power is Cubs going to accrue? Because he is leaving here. I bet that's a trip to the castle.
Yeah, I would definitely expect a trip to the castle here. With Hourglasses, we've got Kane, who can really benefit from a lot of the things in here. And, well, Lord Goober is going to get through this Mylon Z fight. It's not particularly fast.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at least there's no, like, long, slow spell animations.
No. We're safe from long, slow spell animations, but it is, Mylon Z is punching 2 or 3 times for every hit that Sid gets.
Yeah, and we're not getting XP on anyone else on the team here. Those kids are still little itty-bitty babies.
Yeah. And Cubs immediately going for the Black Cat Lamia chest. Trying to set up life glitches on this Black Cat. Try to go for the double with the ice too.
Palom is slow.
Palom is slow, and ice 2 is not enough damage.
Yeah, I mean, I would just be pulling out that assassin knife here. I think Kane is probably fast enough if you've hourglassed them to get your swoons off.
Probably. We did just get a poison proc, so...
Oh, so that does imply their ATB is at the correct position. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lord Uber's side feels like an episode of Dragon Ball Z or something.
It's just back and forth.
Yep. Meanwhile, Cubs side 13,000 XP, getting burst on the kid on Porum, virus on Palom, and a Masamune.
Well, now we know Edge is definitely in a box.
Yeah, Edge is somewhere silly now.
Could be in a box, could be in the giant.
At this point, part of me would actually consider just assuming he's not going to show up and sell those to get more Bacchus wine and more hour classes. Like, I'm not going to count on that young man. We have a solid team here. This is a good team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got 2 damage dealers, or 2 melee characters, a white mage and a black mage. What more could you want?
Exactly. That's my party of 4 right there.
You can even pivot Sid into an anchor if we want to. Who needs extra characters?
Which, Goober should be finishing this fight pretty soon here. It feels like it's been about, 25,000, whatever it is at the spot. Somewhere between 20 and 25,000. I forget the exact number. There we go.
Whew. We have made it through Mylon.
I love Kane using the flame spear, because the sculptures do have a quadruple weakness to it, and still only doing like 250 apiece. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Poor Kane.
But do we get the goods? Those are some goods!
Oh, yeah. Kane is happy now.
Yeah. So, and a ribbon for the first test down here. I gotta start checking this one. This one keeps having value on all the races I'm watching.
Yeah, it's not that far out of the way. Just go check it.
Yeah. And there's a very annoying spot for Demus to be. Luckily, we know Demus does not have our bonus item. It's available for Goober as soon as he gets over to Dwarf Castle.
Yep, it's just a annoying boss that we now have to fight if we go to the top of the tower. But that is Lord Goober, our first runner to launch the Falcon right around the 28-minute mark.
Oh yeah, super fast underground time. Cubs will be a little behind on that, but we'll have quite a bit more power on the team here once from the levels, from the Avenger, and we'll see what the Mad Ogres give.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, Palom is swinging with the mute knife.
And you said that was about, what, 26 minutes underground for Goob? Okay.
28.
28. Oh, well, launching versus falling.
To launch, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if Cecil shows up...
You have your one-stop Zeroma shop ready to go.
Yep.
At this point, like, I think that if you do bother with the Stellmen or the other Mad Ogre's chest, you're probably being a little greedy at this point.
Yeah.
You got a Crystal Sword and an Avenger. Yeah.
I think we're good on power. Now, what will be really heads up is if Cubs equips the Gungnir going into the Mylon Z fight and then swaps to the Avenger for that double damage from the spear.
Oh yeah, spears do damage to flying type enemies, and Mylon Z's coded to be flying so that you couldn't hit him with Quake, because that would have been even sillier somehow.
Well, listen, you might have grinded Palom up to level 23 to learn Quake. And we can't have you be one-shotting a boss with Quake. You gotta two-shot it with Virus instead.
There you go. Or, throw a trash can.
That works too.
Yeah. So Lord Goober here, Water Hag at the first spot, free fight. It's gonna punch pretty hard here, but we've got our 3 hits off. This is not the no free bosses flag set, so down it goes. 21,000 XP. That'll get the kids caught up a little bit.
Yeah, no Quake yet, but pretty close.
Now the real hard thing, are our eyes quick enough to see what summons Rydia learns between these 2 fights? Oh, Bahamut the second one. Easy Dwarf Castle.
Oh my goodness, Dwarf Castle's just free. Oh hey, it's Cecil.
That is the guy. What does Lord Goober even have to put on him?
I saw Titan in those summons, and that's about it.
Cecil can have a silver staff, a silver knife, an assassin dagger, or a bow and arrows. These are your choices.
No. Oh dear.
I don't think those are very good options.
No.
Now, I think Lord Goober's out of Star Veils because of
because
fight.
of the Asura.
but I think the Zeus Rage gets it.
Yeah, I think we still have enough damage here. Yep, Bahamut is gone.
Another 20,000 XP for the team. That'll get our Quack Kid going, get our Blink up. So let's call for another Crystal Sword to show up here from King Geode, just to make things a little more interesting.
That would be spicy, definitely. Although now Goober does have an incentive to go looking for a weapon, because Cecil with a bow and arrow is not great.
Uh-oh. Someone started the fight with
Oh,
the
oh
Avenger equipped.
no. Oh no.
Not that fight. That's not the one you want.
No, you don't want the Avenger on for either of these fights, really. Well, to start, at least.
Yeah.
Okay. The dwarves are gonna give us some gauntlets of strength. That makes sense.
Let's see. Crystal Helmet. That is the crystal gear that also gives you elemental defense, so that's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a really nice Cecil if only he had a weapon.
Well, you know, the shops can sell lightsabers on this flag set.
Okay.
So maybe we'll find something for sale here in one of these underground towns that'll let him start his business. Cubs here with round 2 versus Asura.
No Avenger this time.
And looks to be trying to do lifelock strats as well, but I'm wondering if he'll
Ooh,
have the
we're
ability.
blinking up. And Avenger glitching the mute knife.
Oh, okay.
We do need Asura to stop casting Cure 4.
Gonna also Berserk up an Elven Bow Sid, so maybe it's just, you know, you get enough power to just break through the Cure 4s here.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked away from the weapon shop. Did Goober find a weapon for that Cecil?
No, it was Ninja Swords and Gungnir's.
And I did see the Dragoon Lance at Sid, which Cubs' team is going to be pretty content.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Kane is just getting everything.
And our restreamer FBL pointing out Samurai Bow from a pot. That'll help a little bit.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. Sirens, Silk Webs, and Heal Potions in Tamra. We like to see all those.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful shop.
So now part of the question is, like, how much do you want to grind before going to Feymarch, just in case your team can be strong enough to one-shot the entire village while there, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, chat pointing out that there was an R button, dink, to discard it. We don't have audio in the booth, so that is, thank you for the update on that. So yeah, Cecil's still looking for something decent.
No. Didn't see anything in Tamra weapon shop of any interest.
Crystal Swords will not be for sale in this flag set unless there's some bug on Guild
Yeah,
Swords.
I think that should just be a lightsaber.
Yeah, I don't think you can even find X-Cows for sale at Cacole's, even if you open their shop
No,
up.
I
Because
believe
they're all tier 8.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crystal gauntlets in the armor shop. Yep, that makes a lot more sense, and we don't care about those.
Yep. And this Kane is swinging away in the Mylon Z fight for about 15 hundo.
Okay.
Cubs trying to get some blinks up on the team. Has several extra Starvels, it looks like. Must have found an overall shop with them in it somewhere.
Okay, I believe Goober just picked up a lightsaber in the Feymarch.
Oh, there we go.
So now Cecil has a weapon. That may be enough to discourage him from hunting for anything extra.
Yeah, you may just hope that from doing, you know, K-unweighted checks throughout the world that something will pop up anyway, but...
Never mind, I'm bad at eyesight, apparently. That was a Slumber Sword.
Oh. Well, that sword's terrible.
Somehow it's still an upgrade for Cecil. It's better than a silver knife.
Yeah. Technically.
It's like
I do like... Okay.
oh, it's like double the damage.
Yeah. I do like the strat here that Lord Goober is employing, only healing Cecil up. You have a nicely armored paladin to tank these hits for you. But how hard are they going to be hitting, and how... Okay. 1 is a good number to see. That's the number we want to see.
That is the best number to see, yes.
And does Palom actually sweep here, or is he still too baby?
He's baby.
Yeah. Sid taking out 2 with an Earth Hammer cast.
Oh my goodness. And we're flaring. There go the Warriors. There goes Mylon Z on Cubs' side.
So Cubs about gonna be like 10 or 11 minutes behind getting underground. Lord Goober gets a life staff. That is still not a proper Cecil weapon. Does have a samurai bow up there. I saw one. So Cecil
Wonderful.
could have that at least. But if Cubs goes to Dwarf Castle here, the power differential is going to be massive.
Ooh, yeah. We're looking at potentially Crystal Avenger Cecil.
With Zeus Gauntlets.
Oh yes, with Zeus Gauntlets, right. We can't forget those. But, I mean, Lord Goober has those as well.
Yeah. And Tower Key down here, that could possibly lead you back up to fight that D-Mist at the top. Or you could always do, you know, the mid-tower special and just do the 600 HP fight and run. Because that D-Mist is going to be so annoying.
Yeah, it's going to be a long fight.
I mean, Dwarf Castle is a twofer here. It's a very reasonable place to go. I mean, 2 key item checks and a character, another gated set of shops. And it looks like that's where Cubs is going.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense to hit it up right away on the underground on this flag set.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes even after a hook route, there can be some nasty things there to deal with. One of which is usually Valvalis at the first spot, but we've got a Kane. So even she's not that much of a concern.
Mm-hmm. And especially this Dwarf Castle, with how free it is, it's just like, oh, here, you made it through the hook route. Here's everything you want.
Yeah. Oh, missed the door. There it is. Yeah, my muscle memory is also completely incapable of doing that. That's a very free Fey March, especially if you have a Crystal Sword
Oh,
Cecil.
yeah. Oh, my goodness. I think Cubs is probably going to take both of those spots.
I don't see why. I mean, you don't even have to grind for that. Like,
no.
Cecil will be dealing out, like, baby Cecil after your Bahamut fight will already be ready to do 6,000, 7,000 or more damage to the Dark Elf.
Oh, okay, we're buying a Charm Rod. I was like, what are we buying from this weapon shop?
I mean, definitely we got some inventory to manage here.
Charm Rod and Sork Robe. We want to make Palom good.
Yeah. I mean, and after you take this next fight, you probably feel pretty comfortable with your endgame team as well. Like,
yeah.
So you could even sell the farm. Like, if I see that Cecil, I no longer care about keeping the Hanzo Steel around. You know?
No, we've got Cecil, we've got Kane, we've got twins. We're good.
Yeah, and I mean, you could even take Palom for now to have spell power versus certain enemies, and then ditch him for any other character later, for the sake of getting an anchor back right before Zeromus, because we have the... Oh, no, that was the other seat I was watching. Never mind. I was thinking we had the pass. I was wrong. We do have a Sand Ruby, though.
That is access to Fusoya.
Yeah, so Goober did peek that check earlier, knows who's in the bed.
It's the Goober's third key item.
They are coming in hot this seed. It's that power of
Oh
K
my
unweighted.
goodness. Yeah, so few key items in this early game. I'm gonna go ahead and set up Sheila. I think this makes sense to do while you're down here. I might have wanted to see a play into the tower first, but if you're not going to be doing the tower, I suppose it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I like this play too. The Sylph Cave boxes, I feel, are more. They're not guaranteed, but I find that back when I was looking at flag sets where you were playing T Wildish with Adamants in play, and I'd look at my spoiler logs, it was always one of the boxes in Sylph Cave that had an Adamant armor.
Yep. Stealth Cave is pretty lucrative. That's not an adamant armor.
No, but you know, it was a nice, easy, quick fight, and you're still trying to find something to get the Cecil going. I like that.
Hey, he can have a shield now.
It's true. I like that Goober's throwing away a few more items here, because if you are going to keep trying to loot to find something for the Cecil, you should probably go ahead and free up space so you're not having to deal with the inventory boss each time.
Yeah.
And Cubs, meanwhile, is probably, I don't know if he has a webcam on his stream, but he's probably doing a little PogChamp face over the whole Cecil that just showed up. Wait until he gets these Zeus gauntlets to go with it.
It's like, hey, you know you find a crystal sword in Evelyn, here's your set character to wield it, and here's some Zeus gauntlets to make him better. Have fun! Goober taking on another monster box here. Ooh, the double Dark Tree, double Mobile.
Yeah, and Goober, I think, only had the 1 hourglass that he spent earlier on the 4 Mad Ogres box. So
we do have Quake.
We do, but Palom was punching a little low in that Warriors fight. Is this enough? It's enough. Okay.
It is enough. Okay, we are through that fight. There's the adamant.
There's the armor. All right. How much damage do you do with Slumber Sword plus adamant armor?
Oh,
Let's
no.
find out. Anyway, Lord Goober trying to dig out something to get the Cecil going, and that will help. That will help a whole bunch.
Yes. No, if only we had a weapon.
And there we go. Cubs is selling the Hanzo Steel. There goes the Masamune, getting it out of here.
We don't need that anymore. Who is Edge, anyway?
Yeah. Spending the farm on Sirens. I don't fault him for that, but
no.
Goober has the iconic piece of gear for this flag set. It is the Adamant Cup experience. And gonna have that Foo online in a hurry as well. So it's kind of like one of the classic duels, you know, like you have Adamant Foo casting those
Cubs,
spells.
no, you don't need to grind.
I mean, this will guarantee that Cubs also does the Dark Elf fight, you know?
Yes.
So, and Kane has a Dragoon Lance, so these take 1 hit apiece.
It's time to get at least Cecil a few levels. I don't mind popping 1 here, just to get Cecil caught up. I don't know that I want to sit here and pop all 10.
Well, more are coming out. I mean, it's easy for us, because we know what the bosses at Feymarch are.
This is true. Most bosses in the Feymarch are not nearly that nice.
Yeah, so the idea that let me pop a few of these so that I can just tear through it and never come back, I completely understand the appeal.
Yeah, and it's not like we're anywhere near a key item bonus.
That's true. That's true. That is not happening yet.
We're looking at 2 key items versus 3 key items.
It is pretty sad. But Lord Goober's gonna get a fourth one. Gonna get the Adamant Rock from the fight up
Oh
here
yeah,
at the
we do
pool.
have to do Fool, and maybe a fifth one from Sheila
Yeah,
if she's being generous.
yeah, yeah. And as Berserk now is pointing out in chat, like, when we do get our Darkness Crystal, like, our fights on the moon are the Wyvern altar and the Ogopogo altar. Which, yeah, the Wyvern one, if it's a spellcasting enemy, not a lot to worry about. The Ogopogo altar is pretty much nasty no matter who's there, unless it's an utter freebie. So,
Yeah,
and I bet
it
Lord Goober's
is.
going to have far less trouble with this Ogo.
Oh yeah, I think Ogo is gonna be fine.
But I am excited to see this first swing from this Slumber Sword Adamant Armor Cecil, who I don't think has been back row glitched. Or that's a Mute Knife, pardon me. Is that a Mute Knife?
I think it's the Slumber Sword. Oh no, it's a Mute Knife. Okay.
Literally just bought it. Okay.
Okay. I was like, we're not gonna get to see because Palom is going to cast Quake.
I am surprised that Goober didn't go ahead and get that Foo. I mean, okay, so Foo learn on this flag set, the Foo growth mechanic is that he learns his spells in the same order that Rosa and Rydia learn theirs.
Okay.
Rydia learns Quake at like 48 and Nuke at 50, so that's a
Hey,
little
Quake
towards
is
the
at
end.
43
Oh,
or
pardon me.
44 or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay, my bad. My bad. Still, they're towards the end of the
Still
list.
very
So
late.
yeah, so taking down a relatively benign boss here before picking up the Lunarian seems okay. Just a
Yep.
Moonveil. I'd say just a Moonveil, but Cecil plus a Moonveil does trivialize most bosses in the game, so it's pretty nice. Yeah, Berserk now pointing out that it is a little redundant with the Adamant armor. Right, it's the Adamant Cup experience.
Yes,
Right.
we don't really need the Moonveil when we have the Adamant armor.
It looks like Goob is going to go Ordeals. Again, knows that Fu is in play, so getting 3 more bosses under the belt. And I
Yeah.
consider Ordeals to also be one of the big counterplays of this flag set. A lot of runners don't want to go here because your Cecil starts as a paladin anyway.
Yeah, I certainly hope we pick up the pace on the key items because, oh boy.
Oh, Power Shirt.
Power Shirt's good.
Cub seeing that these bosses are going to be mincemeat for his squad.
Yeah, we're not afraid of King Queen Eplin.
And Ordeals does have a decent shot at being Darkness now.
Yeah.
We've not seen the reward for Dark Elf at Asura. We've not seen either of the tower items, but we are starting to run low here.
We're definitely getting down to the last few checks available. We have Rubicon at the front attack of Ordeals.
Yeah, not much of a threat here.
No.
I mean, with the Adamant armor, very few things are a threat at this point. It's more how quickly are you getting your kills.
Yes. And there's that Sanderby for Cubs as well.
I think that after you've done what Grinding Cubs has done, you don't even peek that. Like, what do you have to
No.
worry about, you know?
I mean, I don't know that we really even need Fu at this point.
Yeah. It's a
Paladin
very
and Forum
speedy
are
elf.
good enough. Oh. Well, good thing we had an Adamant armor. So that we can Surveil.
Goober's side with the Mega Nuke, yeah.
Yeah. Adamant armor into Starveil Cecil. And everyone else is dead.
And there's that quad 9 coming from the Crystal Venger Zeus Gauntlet Cecil on Cubs' side.
Yeah, this Dark Elf is going to have a bad day.
But here we go. Lord Goober going to show us the Ordeals item. What have we paid the price for fading? Aw, Kane doing 5,500 with his Dragoon lands. He's helping. He's helping.
That is a Darkness Crystal.
That's pretty huge for Goob here.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me if Cubs does all of Lower Babel before coming up here.
I mean, that's very good for Goober, but... Oh, well, that's less exciting.
I mean, we've been complaining about not having any key items, right?
Yeah, I
it still goes on
suppose the
forward
Magma
for
Key is a key item, and we do need to get 12 of those.
Yeah, so... But again, I think Darkness on Ordeals is probably pretty bad for Cubs. Because Cubs has already done Fabul 1.
Well, realistically, the only other option is that tower.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be forced into this Ordeals.
Yeah, like, he
If,
doesn't... Yeah.
unless there's, like, chain stuff from here, that could be really bad.
Yeah.
On the other hand, the Baron Key could be in the tower the whole time.
Yeah, and you could also get, like, the Pan in here, and suddenly Sylph and Sheila 2 also just load you up, so...
Yeah.
Cubs should have Tower Key. It's not from the Queen spot, it was from the Rat
It was
Tail
from the
chest.
freebie chest, so he should definitely have that. And he did do the Queen spot as well.
Yeah. Queen spot gave the Sand Root three items in Feymarch today, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the worst case scenario for Cubs is that this tower leads to the Twin Harp, the Earth Crystal, and the Luca Key. And then nothing else.
I mean, I think if I get a Twin Harp out of here, I'm still going to peak Ordeals first.
That is fair.
And I don't think I'm the only one, just because you know that your Cecil is chomping through those first 2 fights, and then if there's nothing in the changing room, you just reset, so...
Mm-hmm.
But Goober is launching that well. Again, on K Unweighted, makes a lot of sense. If your team can handle the moon, get to the moon. But hasn't gone back for the Fu yet. Huh.
Maybe he's just figuring that he doesn't need Fu at this point.
Yeah, I
But
guess.
I think it's a tough sell, especially with no Cecil weapon.
Yeah. Like, if Cecil were swinging any... Like, even like a lightsaber or an
Yeah.
Ogre Axe, I'd probably feel a little better, but... He's off-center slot wielding a Mage Masher, which... I mean, we know Magus Sisters and Asura aren't on the moon. We've seen both of them already at this point. So, I don't know.
There could be some Baron guards up there.
Yeah. I think Lord Goober still has the advantage slightly. Wait, no, Baron guards, weren't they at... They were... No, I'm mixing up seats again. Seat bleed, sorry.
We've not seen the Baron cards yet, no.
Yeah. But I love the moon play, and with that adamant armor, I think you do need to be pushing really hard here.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I definitely respect it.
Yeah.
And with the unweighted, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And you have to think that most opponents aren't checking Sylph Cave boxes while walking through there.
Yes. Most people are not going to be finding that adamant armor.
Yeah, and Arishimer Firebird Lover pointing out that Lord Goober does have Mute Bells, Coffins, and Sirens. This does very much facilitate a Warlock grind, especially with that Adamant armor. Oftentimes, it can be a little tricky if you don't have the Mute Bell, because you'll often, if you're anchored, you'll Hourglass, and the Warlocks will still get off a very powerful Fire 2 spell per each one. But if you throw the Mute Bell, then the Hourglass, all their spells whiff, and you don't even have to worry about that.
We do find Rosa up on the moon. It looks like Lord Goober is willing to trade out for a Rosa.
She'll catch up very quickly, and with Cecil on the team, we don't need the exit spell.
Yeah. Yeah, Goober's heading into the lunar subterrane, probably to do a warlock grind. Though we'll
Yeah,
see. Maybe Marasame altar first.
yeah. If you want to fight warlocks, you usually go the other way. Oh, taking monsters in boxes. Behemoths will not be vulnerable to hourglasses or coffins or anything. In
And
Cubs, it may have just found the biggest bait.
yep, there is the Twin Harp. We found it. There is another item to get from the Super Cannon.
Yeah, so I mean, the Twin Harp could be the thing that leads to the Baron key for all we know, and that is kind of the
Yeah.
missing piece of the puzzle right now. But this is a big choice for Cubs heading out of this this tower.
At the very least, having it is an extra key item.
Mhm.
So it's not bad yet.
It's just bad when you go through the whole thing and only get, you know, a crystal ring.
Yeah. But chat wants to hear music, right?
Oh yeah. And Goober does have to reset out of that behemoth fight. Didn't quite have the power to
Yeah.
handle it.
Unfortunately, Goober's main damage is Quake right now, and Quake does not do much to behemoths.
Yeah. So definitely, if you want to fight Myabs, you're gonna have to find another one than those three. Tower key reward.
We're getting all the key items for the underground, for all the chains.
Oh, that's that can be really bad. That can be
Oh
really bad.
no.
I feel bad if it happens, but I'll probably still laugh a little bit.
I mean, I feel like personally, I'm down here. I just got the Luca key. Let's go see what that is at least.
That's true. Cause you,
It's a tough one though, because there are a lot of things that you would have to keep that you don't want to keep.
yeah. I mean, you could peek it, but I mean, if it's the rat tail, you gotta walk it out. If it's the pan,
It's
you
the
gotta walk it out.
If it's the Earth Crystal, you gotta walk it out.
Oh, that one feels the worst.
Yeah, because now you have an Earth Crystal and a Twin Harp.
Yeah, so you go to do one or the other, and you feel compelled to do both. Ugh.
Yeah, you gotta do both of them.
And this is not
And
the commentator curse. This is the tracker curse. Garen's the one who put this in chat. This is not our evil. Not this time.
no. No, we didn't say it until we read it from somewhere else.
Oh, we did find the elements fight down here. Palom just a little shy of Fire 3. I really wish Lord Goober would take like a single Siren fight if he has any left.
Yeah,
just to get Palom a little stronger. Now we can say your commentary cursing Cubs, because he is chasing your suggestion of peeking sealed cave.
Yes. I mean, you're in the underground. There's nothing else in the underground to chase except the pan. You may as well just do this now.
Yeah. This is going to be tricky for Lord Goober. Once this form changes into Ruby, Cecil will start to do real damage, but so will the elements fight.
Yes.
Oh, that's still not very good. I don't think that Cecil's back row glitched. I don't think Goober
I don't think
so.
I don't think so.
Like, right? Correct us if we're wrong, chat, but I don't think I ever saw a bow go on that Cecil.
Oh. I mean, he's gonna be fine.
Well,
this is not
for this
fast.
part of the fight.
Oh, yeah. He's fine for this phase.
I do love seeing Glare getting completely shrugged off by the Adamant Armor's properties, though. It
Yep.
does bring a smile to my face.
Well, let's see what's in the sealed cave.
Earth Crystal for the worst possible bait? Is it true?
It's a pink tail.
Oh, that's... You don't need it. But it is a key item towards the count, and you really want it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, with the levels you're going to end up with after doing your moon fights, like, you can even just put that on Porum and know that your Z fight is free, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't even have to be on Cecil for the damage.
This is, yeah, we do want to keep that. At least see who the boss is. If it's something not too bad.
Ah, okay, we're taking
Oh,
it.
yes. We'll keep it. Thank you.
And for those of you unfamiliar, the karate boss sets a flag with an invisible action between the second swing and the second kick. A lot of folks just wait for the second kick because, again, it's an invisible. You don't know he did that.
Hmm.
And once that, you get the ouch as long as Cecil swings at him. Has to be your pally Cecil. And the fight's over.
Yep, and we are warping our way out of the sealed cave. Goober is having a rough time on the moon. I think had to reset out of that elements fight.
And finding more good weaponry for Kane.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, we know where hourglasses are. We have 3 sirens. Okay, here we go. This will be warlocks. All
Good.
right. Let's get some levels on the team.
Let's level up.
So Adamant Cecil gets the mute bell off. You see all the fire 2s just whiff, so you don't have to sit through the animation or deal with the massive damage from them. I mean, not massive damage to Cecil, but to the rest of this team.
And we're going to be quaking, we're zerking up, we're just getting the damage out.
Yeah, the Quake only kills one of them. Very nice rolls, because you do want to get your life glitches off here.
And Rosa did not kill a second one.
Didn't quite clean the plate. It's fine, though. She'll get it. She'll get it next time. She's trying. She's her base level, by the way. She's at level 10, and she's still doing this kind of damage, so...
Yeah, she's fine.
Like, that is a Rosa who has gained 0 XP thus far.
Mm-hmm. Let's see how many levels she gets. Yep, that'll help. 17 more levels on her.
Hubs happily equalizes on the adamant armor front, but Goober's gaining of these levels is going to start putting this moon in play for him.
Yeah. And Cubs has a choice. Harp or Ordeals.
You're right next to Ordeals. It's an easy peek. Oh, Sheila won
Sheila
first?
won.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the correct decision.
Technically, you should do Sheila first in case you get a rat tail to turn into the... It's fine. No, I actually, like, literally did the whole witch thing, calling someone out on doing that. Like, some racer once left the hovercraft and then went to Sheila 1. I'm like, this is perfect if you get a rat tail, and then rat tail. So,
Yeah.
and ever since then, I'm like, okay, let's remember that line.
Always.
Moonveil, which is a little silly after you just got your adamant armor.
Yep.
This is garbage.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Goober healing up for the bottom of the moon. This is very check dense. If we can get through these bosses.
Yeah, and did get some of those levels, and still
And
has
Cubs is
adamant.
going to Troya.
Oh, he's gonna be so mad. He's
Oh
gonna be so
no.
mad. Oh, bless.
He's gonna be so mad unless the Baron Key is here.
Baron Key here suddenly feels like a genius, but
Yes.
this moon sucks.
Listen, it's just Antlion in his natural habitat.
The adamant armor does make this far bit better. Cecil just hangs out, waves the sword around, and you wait for Palom to get the kill. It's not fast, but it is safe.
Yeah. I suppose since we're already doing it slow, we should do some level 3 elemental spells, because those will hit harder than Quake.
Yeah. But, you know, adamant armor. Now, when you don't have adamant armors, this moon would be a lot scarier. I mean, this would also be a good place to use that moon veil if we hadn't seen an adamant armor yet. So
Yeah. Oh
you can make
yeah.
fun of it, but again, don't be afraid to spend it.
Mm-hmm. Back to Quakes. And Cubs having everyone magnetized, so we can just skip right over the first fight, and I believe we will be getting some music soon.
Yeah. So we'll be quiet, see what the offerings on the Twin Harp are tonight. Y'all enjoy the tunes, but keep an eye on what these rewards are about to be for Lord Goober. Kane cleaned the plate, Dragoon Lance and everything, and he still takes 2 swings, shaking my
Oh
head.
my goodness. Well,
Not the Baron Key.
not the Baron Key, indeed.
Cubs is on the clock. Grumble, grumble, grumble. You know how I figured he probably had a very excited face when the Cecil showed up? I bet we have turned that smile upside down.
Yeah, we are just going straight in with the Avenger for Cecil. No Crystal Sword. We are charging up Mount Ordeals.
Yeah, the thing here is that when Cubs goes to the moon, Cubs is going to be able to do both these fights without a moment's notice. Like, he will not be doing any further grinding, won't be checking any other places. We'll just run in with Adamant, Crystal Sword, Cecil, and kill. So, Goober needs to find the goods and find them fast.
Yeah, especially with how long these fights are taking, Cubs is going to have just a much easier time with the entire moon.
Yeah. And as Chat is also pointing out, we're running low on available key items for Lord Goober to hit the 12 mark. Even if we
Yeah.
get some goods from these required altars, Cub's got a Magma Key, a Luca Key, a Twin Harp, a whole bunch, and a Pink Tail from all these other checks. So definitely has some good numbers on that front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's only, well, no, the pass is a key. Is the pass? No. Pass is not a key item in this one.
Not yet. Soon.
Not yet.
Soon.
Not yet. Soon. It's not yet a key item. So there's only 17, and Cubs found 4 by staying on here on the blue planet. That means Lord Goober would have to get all but one of the other ones.
Well, Ribbon Room will save Lord Goober a walk back to Zeromus. Cubs may end up not bothering with that if the Wyvern and Ogopogo altars are good enough.
Yeah.
And Cubs gets the bad news, probably feels way behind. But again, with the sheer power that his team is rocking, it's not that bad.
Yeah. To answer a question in chat, we have not seen the gauntlet yet. That could be anywhere.
And taking a little wipe to this Dark Knight Cecil here. Needed just to get one more cure off, it looked like. Doing about 700 to 800 a pop with 2000 HP on this Cecil.
Mm-hmm.
You have a cure 3 to boot, so yeah.
That should do it.
But you're not getting XP on the rest of the squad here, maybe one other character if Cecil. Yeah, Cecil's turn popped again.
Fortunately, it's the White Spear altar.
So you're not, yeah.
You don't. It's not the. It's the best altar for this to happen.
Yeah. Crash landing in Mysidia. Let's change vehicles, please.
It's another Moonveil.
And elects to reset out to not worried about the XP or the Cure 3, not worried about the Moonveil. Again, Adamant Armor's kind of already kicking it.
Yeah, we'll see. I expect we'll see what's at the Masa altar next.
Yeah. I mean, everybody loves a Masamune altar alt gauntlet, and it would be would be the grind.
Interesting. I would rather see a Crystal Sword alt gauntlet. Because then we have to do it.
Yeah.
You're sitting through that Fatal Eye.
Oh, yeah, okay, you're talking about the more annoying, yeah, bows in that one, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, you are sitting through that 30,000 hit point Fatal Eye. Oh!
That was a long delay.
there was an Evil Mask. Oh no.
Let's go look at the other altar first.
Let's look at the other options.
That's really, really bad for Lord Goober.
Yeah. Oh.
Cursed Ring's good, though, if you want to fix your anchoring here. But I think Cubs will be annoyed by that alt gauntlet, but not feel bad about it, especially with the power his team's currently rocking.
I'm sure he'll probably leave it behind for a bit and check other things, but...
I mean, it is required. It's one of our objectives, so...
No, it's the Masa altar. We don't need that altar.
Oh, is it Murasame altar?
We need the Murasame altar.
One on my tracker. I'm a dingus. Let me edit that.
You even said Murasame at the beginning of this race.
I've been talking nonsense for a good 10 minutes here.
We don't actually need that gauntlet unless it gates the Baron key.
All right, fingers crossed. Pale dim spot. That's Murasame. There we go.
Yes. We just need to kill the elements.
Which Crystal Sword Cecil is also good for doing. That weird little Mylon Z form does not have holy weakness, but does have undead weakness, which Crystal Sword has. Excal doesn't.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Cubs will be able to get through the Mylon phase much faster.
Yeah, let's see. Or, I mean, he has Fire 3. Oh, he doesn't... He has 2 wipe? He took Rosa? Okay.
I mean, sure.
I mean, I am a known Rosa fan, but at the same time, it's like...
We don't need black mages anymore, I suppose.
Yes. I just think a Fire 3 or an Ice 3 might have been useful here.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, if Rosa's staying on the ground, chat has it. Just going to anchor with her.
That makes sense.
The Cecil and the Kane will both be fast enough to hit RA1. And if you throw the Adamant Armor on Porum, she'll be 2. So, yeah.
Well, that's a key item. We'll take it. And it's an objective.
What does that put Cubs at? That's 10?
He's up to 10.
So, package... Pardon me. Baron Key would be number 11, and then, honestly, you probably leave the Moon and just go do Baron Castle.
Let's go do Baron. There's something there, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. The thing is, the only spots we haven't seen are the Crystal Sword Altar, the Cave Bahamut, and that Masa Gauntlet.
Mm. And that does not pay off with a big stick for Cecil. So, I'm hoping maybe to see something relatively benign here?
Yeah?
That'll do.
This is fine. We have coffins.
And Cecil will tank for the entire rest of the team once they get knocked down on the ground.
Yeah, we're fine.
Main thing here I would say would be careful, make sure your entire team gets the XP here. You do not want to waste it out.
Yes.
All right, gets them all off, full team standing, bonus XP from the live glitches.
We will take the Avenger at this point.
That's a little tricky for Goober, though, because, yeah, that'll let your Cecil do damage, but then you lose your tank that you've been working with for a while, you know?
Yeah, that is rough.
But looks to be comfortable enough with that to come back up and take a swing at the Mura altar again.
And we're down to 2 locations for our Baron key.
Is Cubs gonna stay down here and full clear the bottom of the moon?
Do you take that Masa Gauntlet, or do you bail for Cave Bahamut?
See, Cubs' last location, the Darkness Crystal, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you think that this is your chance to bring it back? If you think you're behind because of it?
Mm-hmm.
Although, ooh, having hit the 10 key item mark, that
Oh,
is
yeah.
big money for Cubs there.
Yeah, Cubs is getting lots of extra experience because he did all those extra checks on the blue planet.
Avenger for 1, Avenger for 2.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, with 2 objectives complete now, and the 10 key items, we are going to get so much experience out of this bottom of the moon.
Yeah, because Cubs will do these other. We'll probably do Ribbon Room first. It's the twofer, and then see the Pain Man fight and be like, okay, well, I just take my Avengers off and sit here. Because his team will have the HP. Both Kane and Cecil will be able to just survive without even healing whatsoever.
Yeah, they already have 3,000 hit points maximum. They'll be fine.
Yeah, and the best thing that can happen to Lord Goober now, as FBL pointed out in chat, Excal or Crystal Sword, either or, please get the Cecil a weapon, and then back row glitch him.
Yeah.
I like the Moxie here. Antlion, don't care. Avenger, Crystal Sword, Cecil.
I mean, yeah. We don't care. We're powerful. You know,
Try real hard to keep Porum alive for the XP and HP gains. Behemoth down.
it's in the box.
That helps a lot. That is very, very good.
Yes.
Okay. They still have back row glitch. No.
No, he. Oh no.
It's okay. This will still be a lot better.
Yes.
Pass for Cubs will not have to rewalk the moon. Not bothering to camp, wants to leave that Rosa on the ground. Hard committed to her being the anchor.
Yeah, she's just here to make everyone else faster.
And wisely remembering to take the Avenger off before checking the fights up here. This would not have been a good one for it.
No. Cecil and Kane will be fine. We can life up Porum if we want to. Looks like we want to.
Yeah, with how much XP is coming Cubs' way, like, at this point, you really have a good chance of Porum having 2100 or higher for the Zeromus fight, and then you just... I mean, she's strong enough as is, but you have even fewer things to worry about.
Yeah.
Funny thing is that if he didn't have all this XP boost, might not have even sat through that. Might have just reset it down.
Yeah. No, I think... Yeah, I don't think you keep
Oh!
that for less. Ooh.
Okay, there'll be a reset coming here.
Yeah, okay, we're going forward without a save.
Alright, reset in 3, 2, 1.
No.
Oh my god, he's going for it! Ah!
We are fighting the gauntlet!
Alright, Goob, you need a Baron Key from Cave Bahamut, sir.
Yeah, this is now... Wherever the Baron Key is decides this race, I think.
That Cecil carved through, but we're going to be starting these subsequent fights with the Avenger instead of the Crystal Sword damage, so that Evil Mask went cleanly, but we've got quite a few things here in this gauntlet that kind of hurt.
Behemoths are not very friendly.
And the other thing about having that Cecil hard Zerked via the Avenger instead of by manually drinking wine or casting Bursk is you don't really get a fight to just wait and recover. Like,
yeah, it's just we gotta go and keep people up. And ooh,
hey, it's Val at Bahamut. Have we mentioned that Valvalis on the Gilswift fork has different stats than she does on the main branch?
Oh no.
And the Bahamut slot's one of the biggest ones that gets upgraded. In the main branch, you can actually hit her with Nuke at this spot. Here, when she's spinning, she's immune. As for her spinny defense on the main branch, she doesn't get a single evade multiplier here. On this branch, she gets 5. She much stronger at this spot.
So our Baron Key is behind one of these two absolutely awful fights.
They are really not letting poor Forum have...
Yeah, Porum has 2,000 hit points. She's fine.
She's fine, but at the same time, it's funny to watch the other two just stand there and be like, dang, they really hate that kid, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, put the other Avenger on, Cubs. Come on. Give them a fighting chance.
I think this Porum might be getting rezzed into Heat Ray.
Ow.
Yeah.
The Cecil and Kane each have over 4,000 max HP. I don't think you even need the Porum for Zeromus anymore. I think these two got it as long as you nerf the first Big Bang. I think you're good.
Yep. Okay. We have Avenger Kane up with the Dragoon Lance.
We've given up on the child, and Kane is finally showing what he can do.
And yeah, Cubs is through the gauntlet before Lord Goober is through Val.
It's at Val! Well, it could be Earth Crystal at Val. Or Pale.
Yes. Or
we
could get chained a lot, a whole bunch here. But everything is through Val.
I hope that Cubs never takes these Avengers off until Zeromes.
Oh my goodness.
Just don't even pick Porma. It doesn't matter. It was just angry sticks all the way.
When is Cubs gonna grind?
That's really good, John. I like that.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know that we're comfortable going to Zeromus at level 63.
I mean, we don't have Nuke. We don't have.
Yeah.
We don't have Nuke. How are we gonna fight Zeromus without Nuke?
You gotta get to Nuke.
And still, Rowdy Sniper in chat mentioning might need to get that Foo for a D machine, and I'm still surprised that Lord Goober didn't grab the Foo earlier, after having the Sand Ruby and knowing that he was in the bed. He might have helped a little bit with all this moon garbage.
Hey, it's chain time.
The Pan's kind of a little bit of a bailout though, because now
Yeah.
I mean,
Pan is not a bad chain, and it's 2 possible branches. Plus, it's an extra key item for Lord Goober, who desperately needs them.
yeah. I wanted to see an Earth Crystal, just to make the choices.
The more items we see before the Baron Key, the better this is for Goober.
That's true. That's true.
The earlier the Baron Key shows up, the better it is for Cubs.
Wait, at this point, are you not worried about... Okay. Porum will help. Like, are you not going to knock that Rosa down? Okay.
Porum is strong enough. She can handle it. Yeah, we're just tearing through this Valvalis. Oh no, Goober is going to tower. Oh no.
You gotta chase that Pan after all.
You gotta chase what you got from the moon. You went to the moon early. Chase the thing you found on the moon. Don't waste your time. I mean, I suppose if we just do the super cannon, that's not too bad, and it's a key item.
Yeah, that's rough though, because Cubs doesn't have a choice upon getting this man. Cubs has one place to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will say that Lord Goober had a really cool advantage early this race, taking that early hook route, getting through with, a rather like a kind of a janky team, but had the goods to get through it, knew that Sid with an Earth Hammer would be good enough for that Mylon Z, and really did a great job, made the ordeals play, got to the moon early, but then just had a tricky time getting the team together because not finding a good weapon for Cecil for so long, not capitalizing on a quick, powerful grind option.
Yeah.
And it's really let Cubs get back into this in spite of taking like, the
every scenic route possible.
Yeah, every wrong turn for Cubs, but no turns left. So I guess the funniest option here would be like Sylphs to give Earth Crystal, Sheila 2 to give Rat Tail to give like Legend Sword or Spoon, and then you still have to go to Zod. That'd be pretty funny.
That would be amazing. But yeah, Cubs is also sitting at 11 key items, about to hit that 12 key item goal.
Oh yeah. So even a little more bonus experience when we're doing that Odin throne in the basement.
Thanks.
Yay.
I guess we're going to go talk to Sheila.
I'm imagining like a situation where Cecil doesn't realize that he's level 63 wearing an adamant armor and Zeus gloves, and he goes to whack Yang with the pan and just like knocks his head clean off. Can we? Is there a white mage around here? I didn't mean to. Sorry. He's still good. He's still good.
It's okay. Porum is right there.
I mean, if Rydia's Cure 1 can heal Edward, Yang, and Cecil from one of Golbez's lightning bolts,
Yeah.
then surely a Porum of this magnitude can take care of Yang.
It's the Earth Crystal!
We're gonna be here all night, folks.
We're going to Zot! This is amazing.
Oh my gosh. Is it gonna be the rat tail just to really, really
Oh, I would love
send
that.
the point home?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then just the Legend Swords on the basement throne. We gotta get every key item in this seed. That was the goal, right? 17 key items?
I mean, you know, another thing about that is, given that we've seen Golbez, we've seen Pain Man, we've seen Lugae, we've seen the Gauntlet, like, I'm sure that better and more studied racers than me have timed this. What is the time difference between walking out from the Odin Throne and just doing the Baron Throne, one-shotting it and sitting through the cutscene? Like,
I believe because of the crumble, it's still a minute faster to walk out.
wow, okay, alright. On the other hand, Cecil does have enough HP now to one-shot and crumble skip via Kamikaze. It's 4,000 HP at that spot, right?
Yeah?
It's still probably faster to walk out.
Actually, I think that was timed on Dark Imps at that spot.
Okay.
So no crumble.
Never mind then.
I think it was 57 seconds.
Is there any... I mean, okay. Obviously, there... I don't know why I was going to even try to be rhetorical with that. Is there any fight that could stop Cubs? No, there's not.
No.
I mean, this one's cheeky, but even it, I don't think would be an issue.
No, I think we're just going to do damage.
Come on, let Kane avenge too. I know he's not back row glitch, but he wants to play. There we go.
Kane can kill the Defender Orb as a treat.
Thanks for hanging around, being second fiddle. Please enjoy your Jawbreaker.
And oh, hey, there's Edge.
If only we had saved that Masamune earlier, we could have a level 25 Edge to...
Yeah!
I mean, honestly, I think you could ditch Porum here, and it would make for a slightly faster Z fight by throwing the spoon.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly.
Is it worth the menu time?
That's a good point. Probably not.
Because it is... I think it's just going to be faster to ditch Edge than just take him over Porum.
All right, yeah, and at this point, just because I think it's the silliest thing, I'm really hoping this is a rat tail and we don't get to just walk into
That would be
Baron
wonderful.
Like, no, you gotta go fly.
Oh, hi, Bigan.
Yeah, I have a turn. Take that. Okay.
Bye.
This does also make things tricky for Lord Goober now, because Lord Goober is going to get this Earth Crystal and be like, oh, do I go there? Do I go Seal?
There? Do I go Seal? Do I go Heart first?
Yeah,
what do I do?
Dark Elf is still pending.
Ooh, yeah.
Back at the Fame Art, so...
There are options.
Yeah. Like, that is the one advantage.
It's the rat tail!
This is the one advantage of doing everything. You don't have to make tough choices anymore, right?
Yeah, there's no choices. Just turn in the key items in the order you get them.
Gee, I wonder what this item's going to be.
I don't...
Oh my gosh, it's the Baron key.
Wow,
Holy
what a
cow.
surprise. No one could have predicted this.
It's not
It,
17 to
it's
17
not a 17 out of
yet.
17 yet. The Legend Sword is still out there. It
Uh,
could be on the main check in Baron, in which case Cubs might not get it.
yeah, yeah. You could just ignore the Baron Throne, do Odin Throne, and walk out. This team is strong enough to not even hesitate. We're not even saving outside. Cubs is mad.
Mm-hmm. But also, like, what boss would actually be a threat at this point?
Yeah, I mean, thus the lack of save. Like, I am extremely strong and incredibly powerful and a little ticked off. So yeah.
And I'm not going to be surprised by a Wyvern or a Golbez.
Yep. All right, Lord Goober, which of your choices are you chasing?
Hmm.
Is at 11 key items now. So
Yeah.
if he does go Earth Crystal, that'll be 12, and then the Rat Tail of Turn-In will of course give the Baron Key.
Yep. Let's
Are we going
see.
up the tower?
Golbez was up on Mount Hobs very early in the seed.
Yeah.
And here's that Kinaza we saw forever ago.
This is very good news for Lord Goober. I think it's still too much to come back from at this point, but it's you're
It's
definitely not last locationing things this way.
Yes, it is at least the correct direction.
Yeah, and I like this too because again, you found it on the moon. Like chasing your chain from the moon
Mm-hmm.
is probably a good idea, just generally speaking. Yeah. So what bosses are left that could be?
I'm
I
trying to
mean,
think about just the bosses we haven't seen.
Calbrina, Octomammoth.
Plague.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Lunars.
Evil Wall.
Blow the whistle, Cubs. You looted it. You got to tooted it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the guards.
It's the wall.
It's the wall. The walls are crumbling down here.
Normally we get annoyed at how the wall cheats ATB, but we can cheat a little bit ourselves here with this loadout.
Ooh, Rosa did get some levels there.
I don't think
I don't think it matters that much.
When I say the wall cheats ATB, every time the wall moves and attacks, it doesn't just do an attack like a normal monster would with a fight command. It uses a functionality called Start a Chain. This freezes ATB until it completes the chain, and that's why it frequently seems like it's much faster than your team is, even when you're at a reasonable agility.
Hey, 17 out of 17.
We got everything. Oh, bless. I don't
We
think we're going to go
found
for tie.
everything in the seed.
Majestic.
I mean, it wouldn't be Adamant Cup if we didn't find if we didn't 17 out of 17.
Why are you still looting Cubs? What are you doing?
Oh my goodness. We don't need things.
I just want to open up boxes and slam them. Yeah, me
No,
too.
you can't leave that way, Cubs.
Cubs really thinks he's lost this race.
Oh
Like,
my
he
goodness.
is so,
He is so convinced.
so utterly convinced that he...
I mean, I would be too, after last locationing the Darkness Crystal and then last locationing the Baron Key.
Orling pointing out in chat, there could be a character in one of these random boxes.
I
But,
suppose that's fair.
but oh no, your Rosa gained... Oh, hold on. Where's the stat spreadsheet?
Hmm.
Oh, I actually think the site I used to go to for it's not there anymore. So, whatever. Let's just guess that Rosa has a whopping 13 agility. Well, guess what? Cecil and Kane are well above like the 33, 34 that you need to be RA1. It's fine.
They're fine. We don't need Porum to be RA1.
just gonna stand there and hang out. Maybe do 1 Cure 4 if the nuke hits Kane at the start.
Yeah.
And even that won't be necessary to win with the adamant armor. Everybody shuffling. There we go.
Well, I suppose I am starting to see some flags coming out in chat. I do believe there is a question we like to ask as we get to the end of these seeds.
You see, I was going to do the other bit. I was going to be like, so what we're looking for, chat, is we're listening for a roar, and we're looking for a shutter door that doesn't open even after we clear all the enemies in the room. And that's where Z is, for Zelda, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But no, ask your question. Let's see who's on the menu.
Whose butt are we gonna kick tonight?
This is the fork, so there are some fun little Z sprites that are not in the main branch. There's some silly ones, some funny ones that hopefully during this tournament we'll get to see some of the new ones on stream. So fingers crossed for one tonight.
We do have to actually toss the crystal to find out who we're fighting tonight. Rose has got that queued up. Avenger number 1 is going on.
Yeah, this will be Avenger 1, Avenger 2, nerf a Big Bang, do 1 heal, maybe, if it hits anyone other than Rosa, and then put your controller down.
Oh, hi.
I think this is one of Antidale's old kitties.
I believe so, yes.
It's a very stern face. It's like, I was napping in a sunbeam. How dare you awaken my anger?
Mm-hmm.
Silk Web to nerf as well. Had one of those kicking around.
Nice.
They're not trying to hurt the kitty. They're just trying to get it in its carrier to take it to the vet.
Mm-hmm.
Every cat owner knows how much of a challenge that is. You need some legendary weaponry. You probably wish you were wearing adamant armor. It's just a natural part of pet ownership. Don't worry about it.
Yes. Orange Mist needs to go get some shots. And Orange Mist does not want to get in the carrier.
Whew, that crystal sword, adamant armor, Zeus Gauntlet, 8,500 damage from that swing.
Yeah.
Kane, I understand your inferiority complex, buddy.
Kane's
Really
trying his best here.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a second Big Bang or rocks even. I think we're just going to see a crumble here pretty soon. Oh no, got it all. My bad, my bad. If only Kane were pulling his weight, we wouldn't be in this situation. Oh, he's okay. Kane's fine. Kane's fine.
And there we go. Orange Mist receding behind part of the background to crumble in style.
Getting in the carrier, fine. I'll go to the vet. And GG's for Cubsrule. I'm sure that he is feeling a little frustrated now. We'll see if we can get him in. I mean, maybe more relieved. I'm sure it was a roller coaster of emotion.
Yes.
Let's see. I have my eyes on the race room. Tubbs has been invited to interview, but may need a break after all that.
I mean, he did just 17 out of 17 a seed with an alt gauntlet at Masa.
Goodness. Meanwhile, Lord Goober has reached that evil wall, is on the right track. And Cubs will be with us shortly. I completely understand the need to stretch, to refresh, to take a moment after sitting there playing a seed for an hour 44 minutes.
Absolutely. Yeah, Goober is chewing through this evil wall. Excalvenger Cecil doing quite a bit of damage here. Down it goes.
That 6,000 makes me think there was a back row glitch that happened at some point.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
I believe he did finally back row glitch Cecil on the way down from the moon at some point.
Okay, good. Yeah, glad to see that full damage Cecil. Excal chewing through this work. There's a crystal for Lord Goober. He'll be on his way to Zeroma soon.
After a little bit of inventory boss.
You know, I mean, when you're on T Wildish and there is adamant armor out there, it's hard to control yourself.
Yeah.
And especially given the search for an actual real Cecil weapon, makes perfect sense that you're going to end up having a little bit of inventory management towards the end of these seeds.
Yeah, but it does sound like we are now joined by Cubs. GG's.
GG, thank you. That was a finish of a seed of all time.
Yeah.
If we ever drive anywhere, I don't want you handling navigation for me, please. That's too many wrong turns. You gotta do better time.
You know, yeah, if I'm at a last location, everything, I'm not upset with that time. That's just, ew, why? Not to mention that start was mean.
I mean, you had the fortune to find the cane at least up on Hobs, which gave you quite a decent early game advantage. Although you were quite a bit behind getting underground. Lord Goober saw those fights. Oh god.
No, it was the Ogo. That was a rough fight to Ogo.
Oh yeah. That was a little rough. I mean, there were some nasty fights all around just because of. I think that one of the things about this flag set is that when there's so little incentive to do an early ordeals, you can be a little behind on the XP curve. I mean, Ogo at the Bulls there, even if you go there before ordeals, but at the same time, you're not getting quite the boosts in the early game that you get on some other flag sets.
Yeah, the hourglasses were a godsend in Evelyn to just turn right around and go right back to Evelyn Castle.
Yeah.
And then for once, you got the sword and the guy. That doesn't happen very often.
I know. It worked out really well for you, especially since the rest of Evelyn Castle didn't have a whole lot, and Lord Goober ended up finding a lot better gear out of Watery Pass.
Yeah, I haven't done too many crises, but it feels like every time I don't do Evelyn, there's a Masa and an Edge just kind of sitting there. Or a Murray and an Edge. Yeah. So, yeah, I think this might be the first time I've done Evelyn and it didn't have a character in it.
Yeah.
But there were just enough J items to get through that Hobbs fight, and like you said, the cane early, especially after getting the Avenger out of a Evelyn box, just turned everything around.
What did go through your mind at each step of the way? That each time you found like the last location, like how many times do you ever look at the race room to see if your opponent's finished, or do you just resolve never to peek at it until you are done? Like, what's your attitude towards that?
I try not to look at it. Usually, curiosity gets the best of me. I'll look at it around an hour just to see if I miss some turbo jet, and I can just be done with it. But other than that, no. I figured ordeals kind of had to commit to that fade after not going early. There were 2 key items on the overworld, so there had to be something underground, and just kept hitting after hitting. And we need 12 anyways, so, I mean, it works out. Until...
Until you need everything else to get the Baron key.
Yes. And it's like, okay, I need Baron +1. Baron +1. Lovely. Everything left on Earth is a key item and leads to Baron. Perfect.
And you can't even dodge the Legend Sword because it's on your objective.
Hey, I guess at least Forge can't give a Crystal Sword and be sad in this case. That just... It kind of turned into a K-main only seed there at the end, where it's a straight line through 5 or 6 checks. You just, okay, where is it? How far is the chain going? Yay.
Yeah.
I was feeling pretty good up through the moon, and especially through Val, just because even if you get darkness early, you see that Val at Bahamut, and you're turning around, and you're probably never coming back. So when I saw it was guaranteed behind the Val, I felt better. Until everything else, if it had just been pan into Baron, then I'm feeling great, and I'm done 20 minutes ago. So, is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, and here's a question that I've been interested in with all the runners I've interviewed so far. You're racing the Adamant Cup Experience. Of course, there's 2 other flag sets in this tournament. With your team, are you like, dibs, I want that one? Did you get relegated to it because other people wanted the others? Like, how did you and your teammates decide who was going to get which, or how did you fall into ACE specifically?
Kyrios was really, really enjoying FBF early. And then I don't care what, I just don't want to do ZZA because I don't like crystal hunts.
Mm-hmm.
I've just never been a fan of that kind of flag set. So thankfully, Tybalt was kind enough to say he didn't care and jump on that mini grenade for us. But
Gotcha.
Crystal hunts and me have never gotten along.
Cool.
Yep. No, that was one of the nicer Z fights I've had in a while. Avenger, and you're done.
Yeah, it worked out very well that way.
Yeah, like after the gauntlet, we were wondering, like, is Cubs just going to leave these on just for the rest of the seed until Zeromus? And you took them off a few times, but at the same time, like, after the gauntlet came up with nothing, we thought maybe there'd just be like, no, it is all anger all the time now.
Why did they keep sniping Porum, man? She should have had 3,000 HP at the end of the seed, and then, no!
That gauntlet really did not want Porum to get any levels.
No, not in the slightest. And I'm glad she got to 22 as it is, but really I was just taking it off to keep Rosa down every time she got healed, except for the last one after Zot, and I'm like, can we try a few boxes here in Baron, see if we come up with another anchor?
Oh, that is what you were doing. You weren't just angrily opening and slamming chests. Okay, gotcha.
No, the Kanazo fight at Baigen put her up to 12, so I was just seeing if there was something to get just a little bit slower.
What was your Kane's agility at, though? Cecil had adamant armor. Your Kane's agility was probably like 48 anyway. What are you worried about?
Let's find out. I have no idea. We have Cecil at 63.
Oh, hold on one moment. Lord Goober has also finished for the 154.37. GG's out in the chat for Lord Goober, sticking with it to the end here. You love to see it. And sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, but the GG's got to come out.
Yeah, Kane is at 40. It was Porum I was worried. Kane's at 46. 29, she's just barely not RA1.
Okay.
So that was what I was more worried about. But I mean, let's face it. When the guys have 4,500 HP each, I probably shouldn't be that worried about it.
Just after how much had gone wrong that seed in terms of other bad luck, I understand not wanting to allow for any further possibilities, though. I getcha.
Yeah. Well, thank you both. Looking forward to watching this one back. God, I am drawing a brain for... Garen, thank you for the... I can't read tonight. Thank you very much for the tracking and for everyone for making this go on. Firebird, we're going to have words later. That was something. I don't know what to call it, but that was something. But I will get out of your hair. Let Goober come in for the interview. Thank you very much, and looking forward to the rest of this tournament.
Have a good night, Cubs.
Thank you.
And I believe we see in the race room that Lord Goober will be on the way shortly. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and let y'all know don't go anywhere. As soon as we're done with this interview, we're going to be raiding over to Free Enterprise 2 for the game between Elven Sorrow and Akir. Great little doubleheader action tonight. You may have worried that the ACE flags would make this one give you a weird little break. Not tonight. FBL rolled a beautiful seed for all.
Yeah, listen, we had time to fill and we needed to fill it.
And there's Lord Goober. Lord Goober, GG's.
GG. Something. Make sure Cecil's back row glitched when you get him. I realized it after the Val fight.
We saw those damage numbers and we're like, come on, put a bow on him,
If I had realized it before going into that first behemoth chest, the first time I would have had the X-Cal for the whole darn LST.
Would have helped, yeah. I want to say I love the Moxie on the early hook dive. Taking those fights on at like the 16-minute mark and getting through them wonderfully with your resources. Very, very nicely done.
If I had seen any sprite other than a Mylon sprite, I wouldn't have even tried it. But I knew Sid with a glass hat was going to get through that just fine. Either version. Because Dragoon Helm, glass hat, back row, he's fine.
Yeah. And the other beautiful thing I love the Sylph Cave fishing on any seed where you can get an adamant armor from a monster in a box. I love seeing that play. I love doing that play. So I'm happy that it paid off for you. Just finding the Cecil weaponry was so rude for you. That was like the big thing that was holding your team back.
Did Cubs find a Cecil, and did he get weaponry for it?
There was a crystal sword in Eblin Castle.
Expletive.
And an Avenger.
Wait, there's more.
And there was a cane on the back of Hobs.
And I had all those spears.
Yes.
Of course, because I skipped that Golbez.
Because...
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a very reasonable play. You knew Porum was at Baron Inn anyway. You don't need to fight...
Exactly.
Porum.
So
that Z-fight went sideways, fast, early.
You recovered it nicely though. Like we were interviewing and it looked hairy for a moment, and then you just you brought it back together though. Getting your Rosa backed up, getting those HP topped up. I think you did great with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only grumpy thing was that Palo missed nuke by about 40k XP.
Oh, that would have been nice. Little extra boost there to push you over the threshold.
Mm-hmm. Edge showed up way too late because I had all those beautiful darts.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because there was also, I think there was a Masamune also in Eplin Castle. And so we're like, okay, who's going to show up first? Is it going to be Edge? We're going to sell all the Cecil stuff? Or is it going to be Cecil and we're going to sell the Edge stuff? And you saw the Cecil very early in Dwarf Castle, very clean Dwarf Castle, good fights for you there. And we're like, okay, that might put Lord Goober on a little bit of a clock because when Cubs finally gets done doing all this other stuff, he has the stick for the guy, you know? So it was a very interesting, like dynamically balanced race. Like you had a big lead on some of the checks, but the sheer power that he accrued let him come back from behind and just kind of clobber the seat at the end.
And oh my God, was that LST ugly? At least on some of those checks.
Yeah, that antlion was not nice. The elements was real rude to you. DKC is no fun. And of course, the gauntlet.
Yep, which I figured it was either I knew the underground stuff wasn't the answer because Cubs wasn't done yet. So I figured, okay, it's either going to be off of this pan from Val, or I'm going back up for that gauntlet. Yeah, but other than that, Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any other thoughts on the seed, by the way, Lord Goober? Any other things that stood out to you that you want to talk about? There's another race starting up, and I'm sure folks are eager to go see how that one turns out as well.
No, I do not think I have anything else on this one. I am going to go ahead and let it go and get ready for next week.
Hey, I think you played great. A little bit of bad luck with getting the Cecil going, but I'm looking forward to seeing how you bounce back next week. Ought to be a good race.
Yeah. Just seems like when I hit Evelyn, it's garbage. When I don't hit Evelyn, it bites me in the you-know-what.
Yeah, I feel that.
Okay, well, I am going to let it go and have a
Yeah, go ahead.
have a good next race. See you next week.
Yeah, you have a good night, and GG's again. Xenocat, last thoughts before we send folks over to the other race?
I was not expecting to see every check, but I am glad we did. But I am definitely ready to sit back and watch some more exciting free enterprise over on FE2, where the race is just getting underway, I believe.
Yeah. Thanks again, Firebird Lover, handling the restream. Garen, tracking every single item in the game for us. Xenocat, always a pleasure. And look out for
Likewise.
more races non-stop, basically, for the next few months. Please enjoy, y'all.